Let's go.
Welcome to the Integrative Edge, your go-to podcast for fresh perspectives on holistic health and functional movement. Join us as we explore innovative ways to optimize your health naturally and sustainably.
I'm Kelly Demers, founder of the Integrative Wellness Coalition and the owner of True North Performance.
I'm Lindsay, doctor of physical therapy and owner and operator of Uplifted Oncology Rehab.
I'm Dr. Kimberly Klimek, licensed pharmacist and owner of Innate Healing and Performance.
You can find the show on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. Subscribe so you never miss an episode.
Welcome back to the Integrative Edge, your podcast where we explore innovative ways to optimize your health naturally and sustainably. I am your host, Kelly Demers, and as always, joined by my two incredible co-hosts, Dr. Kym Klimek and Dr. Lindsay Seefeld. Today's episode is all about the little things, the small daily actions that we often overlook, but lead to massive transformation over time. It's the little things that heal big. So we're going to talk about micro habits like reducing exposure to plastics, avoiding blue light before bed, morning sunlight, and even paying attention to food labels. Things that may seem minor, but actually form the foundation of long-term sustainable health. So let's start here. Why do small habits matter so much? Throw that out to both.
I think it's just life in general, right? Like the little things, right? The little things add up. When you think about your significant other, your kids, it's always the little things that really add up to something grand. And I think we've talked about this in the functional space before. It truly is about the little things that you do that can make a profound impact on your health and wellness. So you can't exclude the little things.
For sure.
Yep, I would agree with that for sure, because nothing happens overnight. So it's like the consistency and the small habits that really bring it all together, because you're never going to go from point A to B overnight, essentially.
Why do we think micro habits often matter more than some of the drastic changes? You know, people think they're overwhelmed and they're thinking about making all of these big changes. We always tell them, don't be overwhelmed, right? It's those the micro habits. Why do they matter more than the drastic changes?
It's sustainable, sustainable, quick action of something that you can do that really makes a big difference for me. It's like a 2 to 3 minute habit or something like that versus the hour-long habit or something like that. That's like what I think in my mind.
Yeah, I think it's like the little wins too. It's easier, I think, when you got these little things that you do. You think of a list, okay, you have a to-do list or whatever, and you can check off the thing that takes you 5 seconds. It's ooh, I checked off something off my list today. Sure. So it's I think it's a positive reinforcement when you can kind of do those little things and check it off your list.
For sure.
Oh my gosh, we love the checklist, don't we? In society.
From my perspective, something that I've seen time and time again is the people that focus on the little things, whether it's creating a morning routine, getting in their hydration, moving their body, are the ones that actually have that are able to sustain long-term results. It's not about being perfect. It is about being consistent. So one of the things we're gonna have some fun with this episode. I want to go through all of we have a ton of habits, right? Between the three of us, and I'm sure those that are listening have a ton of habits that we may not even realize that we do. But let's talk through some of the small habits that we personally have that are building better health. So who wants to go first?
Okay, well, I'll go with mine first. I'm the lymph girl. So one of the big things that it's just non-negotiable, I get my lymphatic system up and moving every day, whether it's doing a self-lymphatic drainage, hopping on my rebounder, standing on my vibration plate, doing things for my liver to kind of help cleanse my liver. So those little things really help boost and kind of move that toxicity out of my body, and it energizes me immediately. So that is one thing I definitely do, the little thing.
Yep, mine is just that morning sunlight, whether it's the immediate sun exposure outside or my little red light therapy, and then instant hydration with minerals right away. That's definitely my quick ones. But one I'm thinking about for sure, that is not a non-negotiable for me, is just real foods, shopping on the perimeter of the grocery store or growing your own foods at home and trying to buy organic as much as I can.
For me, moving to glass containers was a big thing. Getting rid of plastic food containers. The other thing that has made a big difference is not drinking coffee on an empty stomach, and it took a little bit of getting used to having to, because that was the first thing I did: get up in the morning, push play on the coffee pot, and then get your coffee. So that was something that was a little bit more of a change for me. One of the things that I'm hoping we can do is I have this list, and it is extensive, of habits that people have. Some good, some just weird, right? But I want to go through, get the doctor's take on my list that I have put together. So if you're listening, settle in, because it is big. So 1 to 10.
Oh, geez.
In terms of overall health, here we go. Kym and Dr, I'm guessing what your answer to this one, but the value of morning sunlight.
Oh, I said that right away. That's like a 9 or 10 for sure for me.
Yep, 9 or 10. Very
Okay.
important.
Sauna use.
Oh man, they're all going to be 10s. Jeez.
I know.
This one to me
you haven't
is
heard
super.
my list.
Okay.
I've got some.
This one
whacked
is
out
super
ones,
important to me too. It's definitely like a 9 for sure. Because it's one of our primary routes of detoxification. So
Yes.
I absolutely think you have to get sweating. Like
Yes.
sweating in the sauna is amazing tool for that.
It's a great way to get the lymph moving. So I'm going to put it at a 9 too. Solid 9.
Okay. Avoiding food 1 hour before bed.
Oh.
All right, that one's like a 6 maybe for me, because sometimes I find myself depending. Yeah, I'm a real person too. Depending on when I go home, and then I'll still make sure I eat dinner. But I wouldn't say I'm perfect with the hour before bedtime.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm hitting the
Like, as long
popcorn
as you're
snack
not
and
chewing and pulling up the blankets
yeah,
at the
correct,
same time. You're
correct,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably give it a 5 in the middle.
Okay. Drinking water like half your body weight in ounces every day.
I gotta go first on all of them. Okay. I would say definitely a 7 up there for sure. I think there's still some mystery on like how much is the right amount of water, because I actually, it's such a good goal to aim for, but I also like having people listen to their body too a little bit in terms of like their fluid intake for the day too. So
Yeah, I think same. I want to probably like that 7, 8, because I think you have to, every individual is different. And I think you have to listen to your body. And then I know we've talked about in the past too, it's not just about the water. Sometimes it's about including the minerals too, to help supply your body what it's needing at the time. So not just water, I think. Yeah.
Okay. This is something that I've added recently. And again, marketer's dream. Using a tongue scraper.
Oh,
that one's high up there for me, like an 8, because it is
all
actually,
right.
that is the first thing I do right away in the morning,
right.
actually.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. And even when I go travel and I'm away from my races or visiting family and friends, I bring my tongue scraper. Yes. I have a little like case for it and everything. It's a non-negotiable for me.
okay. Well,
Amazon, $10, 2 of them.
all right. Lindsay doesn't do that at all. So I'm like, okay, I better start scraping my tongue here.
All right. Not drinking coffee on an empty stomach. Where are we rating that?
Yep, definitely up there, like an 8, I would say for sure. As long as you're doing that consistently, I think so. And I think a lot of people don't realize too, because it's like a lot of people will be like, well, it doesn't give me acid reflux or whatever. It's fine. Like my stomach's kind of fine. And I always just tell them how it kind of can lead to more like adrenal fatigue later in the day. And like that's really the main purpose of it, is kind of caffeine straight into your stomach in the morning. No buffer or anything in there. Is just kind of going to give you a little cortisol spike right there, even though you may not know it. Because, I mean, especially depending where you are with your adrenals, like you could be already in adrenal burnout and the coffee's not like affecting you whatsoever, because
Right.
your adrenals are already so knocked down.
Yeah, it probably depends on the person too with the coffee, if you have sensitive stomach. But yeah, I definitely think a 7 or 8, you have to get something in your gut before you start putting the coffee in there.
Perfect. All right. Something also newer to my routine. Dry brushing.
Oh, love
Dry
it.
brushing, yep.
So with dry brushing, so there's different forms of lymphatic drainage, and dry brushing, I'd probably put that a 7 or 8. I like different things like a gua sha tool or something even a little bit more firmer to help get that lymphatic system flowing. But it's definitely very important overall. Like any type of stimulation is good stimulation. That's what I tell people.
Yeah, I was just gonna say for sure it was like a 6 or 7 for me. I have like I think it's more just the time factor of it in general. Like I will take the dry brush when I'm in the sauna, so it's like double whammy kind of thing. But I actually would prefer to use my vibration plate and then get in my sauna or like bounce on an exercise ball too. But
I do it while the shower is heating up. Do you recommend a certain kind of brush? I was sold on a copper.
Oh gosh. I mean, there's
something
different
brush
kinds
from
of
higher dose.
There's so many different brushes out there. Some are very soft and some are more, firm.
the bristles, yeah.
The firmer bristles, but I mean, I don't really like the really soft ones because I don't feel like that gets enough of that skin mobility that you need. So you need something a little bit firmer.
And it's like, it's going to be definitely kind of cause a little skin irritation the first couple times you do it, right? I think so.
Yes.
You would expect that, but once you get going with it, it's usually pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. How do you feel about red light therapy?
Oh, I love red light therapy. I've seen some really good benefits with individuals. I'm going to put that pretty high. I'm going to put that like an 8.
Okay.
Yep, I was going to say definitely an 8. Oh gosh, for various reasons, right? Just like cellular energy,
Yes.
the circadian rhythm support, when we don't get sunlight, restoration, like healing
Yes,
of
healing.
wounds.
Healing of wounds, injuries. I've seen individuals with like pretty bad knee injuries that do red light therapy on their knees and like up and moving. So amazing. So it's such a great tool for that cellular level.
Stretching in the morning.
Yes, that's a 9-10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would definitely put it as like a 7 on my list because I'm kind of like, well, okay, I guess I do it after my workout a little bit. I wouldn't say if you mean like first right away, then I would say it was a little
it's
lower,
just got to get that body moving,
yes,
especially
movement up.
like as you get older, things are a little bit more stiff. Like especially my older population, I've got to usually set them up with a really good routine of just gentle mobility, gentle stretching that they need to do. So very important.
I think the first thing in the morning, I could probably touch my knees.
Right.
Very flexible first thing in the morning. All right. How do we rate cooking at home most nights?
Oh gosh, that's like a 9 for me. Like I kind of live by that principle. It's like just not. It's like a treat going out to eat. I'm just so into habits. Like I think habit stacking. Like when you are in control of the foods and the ingredients and the timing and everything with your nutrition, it's a powerful tool. So it's really important.
Yeah, mine is definitely a solid 9 on that one too. It's so important to, like Kym had said, you can pick your food, you know how to cook it, you prepare it correctly, you know what you bought at the store, you know how you cleaned it. It's, it's so, number 9 for sure.
Let's talk about the foot patches that we had talked about, where you put those things on the bottom of your feet.
I'm confused. I'm like, a foot patch? What is this? This is news to me.
The detoxers.
The detoxers. You put this foot patch on the bottom and you put your feet in water and then the water turns brown.
Yeah, there's different
Okay, so but they're called something else.
I don't know.
I don't know
Why
what
am I
they're
having a
called.
brain fart? But
like there's a detox bath where you put your
detox
feet,
bath, yeah.
where you
Okay.
put your feet in, and then there's coils in there, and then you get the coloration. And then you're talking about there's like patches that you can put on the bottom of your feet, and it also draws. I have looked for a lot of research on it. There's not much out there. And I know people will say like it does help them.
Right.
But I'm going to put that kind of lower because I don't know. So like a 4.
Yeah, same. I don't even know. I can't even rate it. But I was like, I'd have to try it myself for sure.
Yes.
I think it's probably one of those things where, I don't know, maybe there's placebo effect
There
too.
might be.
I always
sure.
think about
Could
that
be.
for a lot of things.
Yeah, some people swear by it that I've run into that do these, but I mean, when I'm looking for research and evidence, there's not a whole lot out there.
All right. I'm just going to stay on this kind of a weird one. Oil pulling,
Oil pulling.
where you kind of swish.
Yes, I know. I do it too. I do it too. Not as consistent with it for sure, but I think I'm. Again, I was doing all this stuff with tongue scraping and oil pulling and things when I had like candida overgrowth in my gut. So it was very much a routine for me because they are like your oral microbiome was a reflection of your gut health and things like that. So I just wanted to be fully encompassing. So that's when I moved into like the clean dental space and things like that. But yeah, I would say it's definitely up there, like a 7 for sure. Oral health is super important.
Yeah. If you're not familiar, you take coconut oil, or some I've used coconut oil, but you take a tablespoon of coconut oil, put it in your mouth, and you just kind of swish it around for 2 minutes.
There's
or
like
something.
a sesame oil one too. Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
The first time it was So bad. It's just absolutely gaggy, but okay.
It gets easier. It gets easier.
Using a vibration plate.
A 10. I love the vibration plate. Obviously, I'm going to have to bring it down to like a 9 in case somebody would have like any type of vertigo or dizziness type thing, because that it's not meant for everybody. But I'm telling you, for your overall lymphatic health, getting your system moving, your muscles, your balance system, I love the vibration plate. Solid 9.
I love that you quantified why you like it, because there is, depending on the ad that you watch, it's like if you stand on the vibration plate, it'll tone you and you'll lose 50 pounds, and it's crazy. So using the vibration plate for the right reasons.
Yes, there's different reasons to use it, but I mean, it's just, in my experience, it has been a game changer for a lot of individuals that use it.
Yeah, I'd definitely say like an 8 for sure. I love it for the simplicity. Like, boop, I don't even think. I just get on there and I'm like doing my 8 to 10 minutes and I'm like, all right, there's some lymphatic work already for the day.
Perfect. What about reading food labels and reading food labels? I'll throw that one out first.
Oh my gosh, 10. 10, 10.
Yeah, 10.
You gotta know
You've
what
got to know what you're putting in your body. Yep.
Avoiding seed oils.
That's a 10. It goes the same with the
Yes.
foods because, yes, I mean, literally, that's like the first thing I tell people. You can lose like 10 pounds just getting seed oils out of your diet if you didn't even realize like you're eating tons of these foods that are being inflammatory to your body.
Yeah.
Crazy. Wearing blue blockers or some type of glasses at night to reduce blue light.
Well, I do it every night, so I feel like for me, it's got to be an 8 or a 9 for sure up there.
I have never personally tried these, and I think I need to now. So I can't rate it because I don't know.
It was like
Totally
built
making a
in.
shopping list.
Yeah, right. I was like, it was built in for me because I have to wear. I have contacts, so then when I take them out, I put my glasses on only in the evenings, and then I did purchase glasses that already have blue light blocking in them. So it was just like it's like when I put them on, I'm already good to go, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. How do we feel about gratitude journaling?
I am like a solid 9, 10 for that. It really fills your cup, and it brings that positive energy into you and then back out to the world. So I think a gratitude journal is like, everyone should do this. It's a simple way to start working on your inner joy, inner peace.
Yeah, it's definitely a 9 for me up there. Gotta have things that you're grateful for and that you, like I said, that you have a purpose for in life.
For sure. All right. We talked about this a little bit earlier. Grounding sheets. Like those are the sheets that you put on your bed that are supposed to help you, that like literally help ground you.
Yes, there's that connection between Mother Earth and us. I've read a book all about grounding and like the connection and how it actually changes like the inflammation in your body. I've asked individuals that have had grounding sheets how they feel, if it changes them, and not very many of them say it's changed them a whole lot. So I kind of have to put it in the middle, like a 5, because I haven't personally tried it and I haven't really heard raving reviews.
We don't know if it hurts, but maybe
yes.
Yeah.
not so helpful.
I'm literally like the exact same. Like people ask me all the time, they're like, Kym, have you used
Yes.
grounding sheets? I'm like, I don't know. I sleep like a baby, so I haven't felt the need to use them. I got I think my air
expensive.
purifier was the better option for me. And then actually removing my phone from being near my head at bedtime, I just took that out of the equation and didn't feel like there was a need to do, although my bed sheets are from Packed, so I know they're clean.
Yeah.
But I haven't personally, and like you said, the people who have said they've used them, I've asked them, okay,
Yes.
I'm like, okay, do you feel like it's helped you at all? And they're like, I can't really say.
really.
So I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I would say it's lower
Save your
than,
money.
Yeah,
like,
I'd rather walk barefoot outside.
that's
the way I'll
That's what I
ground.
was going to say. Mhm.
Intentional breath work, taking time to stop and just do some deep breathing exercises.
9 or 10, very important.
It's become a 10 now for me, especially with working with Nick in True North a little bit. I got just into the habit of actually doing breath work and then like figuring out, like there's always some place to get it in. I'm like, wow, I got to commute here 30 minutes. I'm going to actually just do some deep breathing even while I'm driving. And it's so crazy, like how much it helps. Like, so it's definitely a 10 for me now.
Absolutely. Yep. It's my favorite. Mouth tape. We talk about sleeping with your mouth closed. So first of all, let me break this into two. Sleeping with your mouth closed, nasal breathing at night while you sleep.
I mean, I don't know about this mouth tape thing. I don't even know what this is.
Oh, I know what it is. Yes.
I'm in a.
Clearly, my algorithm is different than yours because they're sending all of this is coming my way.
I've always been a nasal breather, so I never had to try to experiment to do the tape myself at all. And actually, my husband doesn't snore or anything like that, so it's never been either of us had to do it.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't have too much to say in regards of experience for it. Although again, just research wise, it seems to be something that's very important. So maybe you have a little bit more to speak towards it.
I will tell you one of the things that we do preach in here is nasal breathing for as many things as possible. The only time that we want to breathe through our mouth is really eating, talking, and maybe really intense exercise. Otherwise, everything should be nasal breathing for a number of reasons. But I would, if I'm rating nasal breathing, I would give that a 10. So, keeping the room cooler at night.
I'm always so cold, so I like it a little. I'm weird. I'm under 100 blankets and my husband's on top of the sheets. I probably have to have my thyroid checked out. But I think I think it is very important. I think most people need to have the room a little bit cooler at nighttime. So I think that's probably up there like an 8.
Yep, I was going to say that's where I would rate it an 8 for sure. I did notice it was a difference. Even though it's yes, it's cold getting into the when you get in the room and it's cold, but it really makes a difference on how much faster you can get to sleep and stay asleep. I noticed when it's cooler in the room and then not sleeping with a ton of clothes on actually.
Perfect. Getting in 10,000 steps.
I feel like that's probably a good 8. I think we need to, just keep moving throughout the day, in general. I think it's very achievable, at least for me. I think it's important to each individual, I think, has to set, get some kind of watch, some kind of something that kind of tracks that and get a baseline and then kind of challenge yourself. That's kind of what I tell people is, get a baseline. Where are you typically at for average for the week? Try to bump that up a little bit and start, building towards that 10,000 steps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like it just goes hand in hand with movement in general, which I would rate as a 9 for sure, right up there. And obviously not having to be perfectionist about it, but being consistent as close as you can get to those 10,000 steps or whatever movement. I'm just there's days where there's not a step count, but I've biked on my bike,
Right.
That's so.
All right. Leaving your phone out of your bedroom at night.
I can't because it's my alarm clock.
So yes, I was it's a 10, but it's a 10 for me. No, I just turn I turn it on airplane mode. That's the best policy there. But yeah, I can kind of put it around the corner in the bathroom, so that works for me. But yeah, I get what you're saying. If it's not, maybe put it really far in the corner.
Yes. Well, I have it on silent, so there's no notifications whatsoever. So it's just solely my alarm clock in the morning. So
perfect. All right. Water flossers. How do we feel about those?
I've never used a water flosser, so I am in between.
Ditto. I have not used one, but I've been doing Invisalign for 3 years, so hopefully I'll be getting one of those little water flossers here soon when I'm done with these next steps.
How do you feel about house plants for indoor air quality?
I like that. I would put that at a 6, 7. I think, just for the air quality, but then on the ambiance and the beauty, I think I like houseplants.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a 7 for sure. If it makes you feel good, for sure, then it's important because your environment is important.
Use of Epsom salt baths.
I would put this probably a 7 or 8, especially when you maybe have fatigued muscles or feeling a little bit ill. That's what I automatically do with my kiddos. If they are coming down with some kind of cold, sickness, I throw them in the bathtub with some Epsom salt, just help them soak and decongest.
Yeah, I was going to say an 8 for sure. Just simply based on probably my own, like lots of muscle fatigue from training. And I think they're such a powerful tool, and it's like incredible how much better you feel. But yeah, if you're like sick and like maybe a little viral or flu bug, it's like definitely a good remedy for helping your body get feel good from the aches and the pains that you might get.
Yeah. One thing that I'm seeing more is bleach-free paper products. So things like toilet paper, paper toweling.
There's definitely something said for this. I'm going to be very intrigued to see how the toilet paper industry changes with this because, and like, you think about the feminine products too, like the switch of all of this. So, I mean, the more that we talk about toxicity in the past, like whatever's on our skin or what we touch is what we absorb. So I feel like this is going to be a very important one. I'm going to put this up at like an 8.
Yeah, I was going to say 8 for sure. And it's just kind of like being aware of it for sure. Control what you can control at home. And it's like until society maybe comes around. Obviously, like you're out in a public place, you're going to use their toilet paper. Like, don't be
weird.
Carry toilet paper in your purse.
One of those things you find in my purse. What's in Dr. Kym's purse? Non-bleached toilet paper.
I think as you look at all of these habits, one of the things that you can, a takeaway would be trying to incorporate all of what we talked about in a daily basis might be just absolutely overwhelming. But again, starting small and habit stacking, I think we've talked about this on a few episodes, is while the coffee pot's brewing, maybe you're on the vibration plate or stretching, or while your shower is heating up, you're dry brushing, or some of those things. There are things that you can do to make time in your day. They're not trendy hacks. We're not promoting these as being trendy, but they are foundational tools that help support health and healing at a cellular level. And when they're layered together, when you layer all of these habits, they have the power to really change everything. Final thoughts?
Yeah, it's just the little things. The little things really do add up to a lot. And, just start small. Find something simple to change and add and do and make changes.
Yeah, I mean, it really is the title of this episode, The Little Things That Heal. So just don't really kind of neglect some of those little things, and it'll set you on the right path.
Every time you do something a certain way, it increases your odds of doing it that way again. So practice makes permanent. It is the power of consistency for sure. Every time you do something a certain way, it increases your odds of doing it that way again. So practice makes permanent. It is the power of consistency. As you get started, please remember to give yourself some grace. If you found this episode helpful, please share it, subscribe. We are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts, and we'll see you next time.